Alright, everybody. Hello. We are here with Carabachi doing the Fallout. Take it away.
Alright. Yep. Hi, everyone. I'm Carabachi. Call me Kara, call me Bachi. The streets usually call me Bachi these days, so works out. I do the Fallout. I'm joined to Ghost. Yourself?
I'm Ghost on the streets.
Alright. And we are doing all unique weapons. Whatever your unique weapon is in Fallout 3 base game, I've got you. Alright. We'll be ready to start whenever.
Yep. Do you want me to give you the countdown, or do you want to do it yourself?
I can do it.
Okay.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. And normally we would start with character creation, but it's kind of a long cutscene, so we cut that out of the run. And we are just skipping right to being a baby.
Your mother would have been
We'll give
so
our dad a
proud.
hat.
Listen, kiddo, I know you don't like it when Daddy leaves you alone.
It's
but I need you to
stuttering
take
a
care of
little,
yourself
just so you
for a minute.
know, but
You
it
just stay here while Daddy
hit
runs
in a
the office.
second.
You'll be
All
okay,
right.
honey. I'll be back in a bit.
Everybody loves Clown Dad.
Come on,
Oh,
Dad.
Clown Dad's great. We do our specials. Mainly, we're going for strength because we need a lot of strength to carry every weapon, as you might imagine. And we need health, as I have learned many times in this run. But Dad's going to talk for a while. We're just going to play with our teddy bear.
Quite a little explorer, aren't you? Serves me right for trying to pin you in.
Mainly showing that we're a master of
To
the
show you
Force.
something. See that? It was your mother's favorite passage. It's from
Just
the
spin the
Bible.
bear.
Revelation 21:6. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. She always loved that. All right, come on.
Alright, I hope everyone
Let's go see
remembered
if your
that
little
quote
friend
Dad
will
just
like
said,
it.
because we will need it later. In about, 2.5 hours.
There will be a test.
There is a test.
Experiment to prepare.
But first we have a birthday.
Surprise!
Stanley, you turned the lights on too fast. You blinded the poor kid.
Happy birthday!
Can you believe it? She is growing up so fast.
Happy birthday, honey.
Yeah, this is the part where
can't
normally in any
believe
percent we
you're
would just be
already 10.
skipping all this dialogue,
I'm
but
so
we have to
proud of
actually
you.
enjoy our
If
birthday.
only your mother.
Congratulations, young lady. I don't have
Getting
to
some
tell you
happy
how
birthdays in the
special
chat.
this day
I
is,
thank
do
you.
I? Down here
You're a
on
few
the
months
101,
early, but I thank you.
When you turn 10, well, you're ready to take on your first official vault responsibilities. So, as overseer, I hereby present to you your very own Pip-Boy 3000. Get used to it.
Alright.
You'll be getting your
And as we
first
get our
work
birthday
assignment
work
tomorrow.
assignments, because that's how birthdays work, we're going to talk to our dad, go look at our cake, and then continue to talk with our dad and do nothing else.
Can't believe you're 10 already. Your mother would have been proud of you.
Alright.
Having the true introvert experience at your birthday.
Yep. Stand in the corner, talk to your dad for a minute until he gets a phone call, and then you're allowed to leave.
Oh, no.
And this is the part where, normally I would have the in-game timer to help me out, but we're just gonna have to kind of guess with that. But that would be slow.
You really are as dumb as you look. Come on, Wall. Good idea.
Time to
Please open. Whoa,
so we wait around.
that's your hobby? Now, quick,
Alright.
give me
Dad
that.
should be good
Finish being
just
a good
about now.
husband. Have
I
some
don't
Come on. guys can do better than that. We need a good name.
Jonas.
Or put down. Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah. So the way the game works is,
Be the big cheese and
whenever you're a baby,
you always have
you are set size, and it doesn't update that for a while. For it to update that you are no longer a baby.
What are you?
That's needed because our main
Carabachi, your BB gun? Just. Aim and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. Hey, Jonas, get a picture of me.
Rad Roach with her dad.
Smile.
Our birthday party is over.
As
Very
far as
long.
I can tell, you're a
Aw,
perfectly healthy 16.
Red.
Dad this
You
time.
have to go to class to take.
Yeah, we're gonna grab this
Always plan to
bobblehead.
not disfigure him.
I don't want to take this one, so we can repair. But medicine.
Selfish and insubordinate.
Wake up! Con, wake up!
To go fight. As we get our weapons.
I'll meet you at the vault door if I can, but don't wait.
There she is. Hold it right there. There's more where that.
So we're gonna run along. We punch here, so we hopefully.
You gotta help me!
I messed up. Well, we get to talk with Butch, tell him that we're not. Which, you know, I feel bad about, but did not start punching fast enough.
Let's go back to our quarters.
Yeah, a few seconds, but
Felt bad about my sweet roll.
he didn't take ours, so we never got one.
That's actually a good point.
Stop in the name of the overseer.
Just hopping along. People are pretty mad at us because our dad left, which I think is
Just switch something here. Alright. So we're gonna do that. Yeah.
I blame Butch.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. It's always Butch's fault.
I mean, well, Butch is our hairdresser, canonically. I don't think we can blame him. It's not his job.
I don't know, man.
Oh, who is it that gets slotted for maintenance?
I don't know. I've had plenty of hairdressers give me bad advice.
Oh, like I said, good news is the vault is basically nothing. We run outside and we hate everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see it again later.
I am sorry for how incredibly scuffed this is. Anyway, we're
You
back,
are fine.
guys. If you want to count yourself back in, I'll restart your timer, and this should be good.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's get back at it. All right, so
Back at it.
Yeah. As I said, you did not miss much. It was the vault. If you've played Fallout 3 casually, you saw the vault. If you haven't played it casually, you missed the worst part of the game casually. It's okay. So, what we're doing right now, I'll just kind of re-explain. The flicking, since I don't imagine it was too visible before, is what we call stop hopping. I flick the mouse, I let go of W, I jump, I press W again. That makes us fast. And what we're on the path to is what is, no doubt, probably the worst weapon in Fallout 3 to have to get. Yeah, it's basically bunny hopping, but we have a little flick so we look cooler. That's my opinion. So we pick up this location for later because you'll see it later. And we're leveling up. We're taking lockpick for the most part because we have to get into places. But later on, we'll be getting repair for one weapon. But our objective right now is that little pile of rubble over there, and then, you know what? We get to see how lucky we are. Because the first weapon in this run is entirely RNG. I love it, I hate it. We'll see how it feels about me.
All my homies love Fire Lance.
Yeah, Fire Lance, the first weapon we're getting is Fire Lance, and if you play the game casually, odds are you've never seen it. Because it is a pure RNG chance at certain parts of the map, which I'm going to put a save down right here in case I get too close to where we need to be. But basically, we're going to line up. All right, that was too far. We need to line up with this I-beam, and we're going to put down our save right here, and we're going to go forward. And what we're looking for is a ship to fly across the sky and explode right about here. Right now we have these Wastelanders, so we're going to load back, just double check that we're in the right spot, which we should be. The I-beam is a pretty safe bet. Yep, we got a different event this time, so we know we are in the right spot. And now what we're going to do is we are walking forward and reloading our save whenever a ship does not crash out of the sky. In the any percent version of this run, this is routed in much later at a spot that is more congruent with your pathing. But it's just it would take so long to get to in glitchless that you would lose runs so quickly, I decided to route it in early. The good news is, this is the only RNG weapon in the run. Everything else is just consistently where it is, even if some of those places aren't very good for us. I'm not exactly certain what the chances of this. It's something, I want to say, like... It's not 1%, but I'm pretty sure it's a below 10% chance for it to show up in the places where it can. The good news is...
1%, I don't care.
It's about 1%. It's pretty low. The good news is, when it happens, we will know it. There's no way you can miss it if it happens. Unless you don't know what it is, in which case it's just going to feel really weird. There it is. Alright, so watch it. It fell that way. That's a really bad fall. We're just going to have to hope we can find it. Yeah, this...
I can't wait to see it.
If we can't find it, we can call some of our friends to help us find it. They're going to shoot at us if we do that, but they'll help us. Here it is. Yeah, so the Virulence makes you very good at seeing a little dot flying through the air and just kind of geographically positioning where it must be based off of that dot. And sometimes that's an iffy game at best. But we got that one relatively quickly. So we're going to run up here. We grab that frag mine because I find it interesting. It's the only frag mine I can think of in the game that has low durability. And we discover that location. That's another one that will come up later. And by later, I mean that will be the third to last weapon we get when we come back here. But we're not strong enough for it yet. Because one thing you'll find out later in this run is that we actually have to level up all the way to level 14. Which is a very unusual requirement for a speedrun, but there's a certain weapon that only spawns when you take a level 14 perk. I love you, Fallout 3.
Such a good game.
It really is. But it does create what, you know, I would call the most scuffed strategy the speedrun could have, but I think other people probably enjoy. But more on that when we get there in approximately 2 hours and 25 minutes. For now, we're hopping into Evergreen Mills to get one of my friend's favorite unique weapons, the Terrible Shotgun.
Am I the friend? Because it's also my favorite weapon.
Well, you're my second friend, then.
Let's go!
No, the friend I'm talking about is my friend who hates Fallout New Vegas.
Let's go! Good take!
Alright, so we're going to hop down here, get past this person, and we're going to go ahead and bind our stim packs and our fire lance so that we're ready to shoot this guy. He took 2 shots, which I don't think I've ever seen him take, but good for him. And we have our shotgun.
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh, good.
Time just ran out.
He just Wheaties this time.
We all need to sneeze now and then. We get our terrible shotgun. It's not actually that terrible. I find it pretty good. And we're going to hop out here, and we're going to hop over these cars. Because getting out normally is not fast. And then, we used to do a different rock climb until last night when I figured out there's a faster rock climb to do. If we can actually get it. Which, that was not it. But, we'll get it this time. Come on, good. Work with me. Work with me, Fallout 3. I don't want to go back to the old rock climb. Alright, old rock climb it is. Yeah, the old one has us run all the way around over here, which is not particularly fast, but it is consistent. So, we'll take it. If Fallout 3 will let me take it. Alright, wait. Alright, now we're on it. Yeah, rock climbing in Fallout 3, if you've done, like, any mountain climbing in other Bethesda games, like, well, like Fallout New Vegas, or like, I don't know, something different like Skyrim, it's about the same principle. You kind of rub up on the rock, and eventually you'll get to the top. But we are just going to walk over here to Smith Casey's garage. It's another one of those cool places that does exist and will eventually matter. But for now, it's just a place we're going to get for later. So we're going to go ahead, get up to these trees.
Is the bunny hopping in this game one of the ones where you can, like, bind it to, like, a specific button?
So you could rebind, like, spacebar to a mouse button, but it's not like bunny hopping where you need a lot of inputs. It's more about having the right input. So mine is still on spacebar. I know some people rebind it to mouse buttons, but I do not.
I'm some people.
It does feel like the better way to do it. But I go with what I know. I'm using an 11-year-old keyboard because I'm just more comfortable with it.
I will say, to my knowledge, all the top runners still use spacebar. I am the outlier for the most part.
You have 5th place in New Vegas Glitchless. I think you qualify.
It's New Vegas.
Yeah, fair. So we get to Megaton. We're going to do a couple things here. Mainly, we have to pick up some holotypes, because we need to learn about an android. An android from the Commonwealth, which, for those of you who played Fallout 4, you might know something about, but for us, he's just another guy with a weapon. And so we have to get things set up here, because the quest line is very tedious. So we pick up that holotape, we're going to pick up this one, and we talk to Moira, who's going to give us some armor that I should remember to put on in this run. And she's going to tell us about a book. I don't really care about the book, but eventually she's going to give us this really cool stick that has a special name, and so I'm kind of forced to care about the book.
Name's Lucas Sim. God.
We did not dodge Lucas Sims, but that's okay. We'll talk to him later when we need experience. So we continue on. Now here's where I'm going to offer Chad a very fun minigame. All my splits for this are named after Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So if you want to go through the mental hoops I went through to try to name Fallout 3 weapons after Yu-Gi-Oh cards, have fun. It doesn't work out. But you can try. It's like our next one is a knife. So I name... No, not Pot of Greed. Next one is a knife, so it's Butterfly Dagger Elma. Because that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card that exists.
What does Pot of Greed do again?
You know, I know what it does in lore. Like, in lore, if you put your hand in the pot, you will grab onto the thing you desire most in the world. But if you try to take it out, the pot explodes.
I feel like they never explained that card in the anime.
No, never. So we walk into Super Duper because we have to learn about it for Moira, and we get some stim packs, but that's about it.
I say, imagine an anime explaining anything ever.
No, never.
Nah.
It might let you draw cards, but I think there should be some cost to that, like you have to banish 10 cards off the top of your deck, or something like that. So we discovered that Metro, again, it's another one of those things where this run has you do things, and you don't see the payoff for those things for like half an hour or so. So that location will come back, but we don't care right now. Right now, we have to go up here, get our knife, and watch me try to jump off a mailbox and probably fail a few times. And if you've seen the any percent version of this run, right now we're basically following their line. Because when I started doing this run, there was no glitchless run. So all I had to do was, I could watch the any percent run, and I had to adapt it. And so sometimes we're following their lines, other times I'm scribbling over their homework so the teacher doesn't know that I changed it.
Like jazz.
Yeah. we are the jazz run.
You like jazz?
Oh, I love it. So we're gonna walk in here. There's this really cool lady. Don't ask about it. She had a cool knife. That's what really mattered. And we're gonna hop off this mailbox. First try. Nothing bad ever happens in this run. And we continue on our path. Now, I will say, the last time I said in a speed run that nothing bad ever happened in that run, I was attacked by a Deathclaw alpha male and lost like a minute and a half. Which I would tell you could never happen here, but it could. So we're hopping along. We're now in another, like, little prep phase, I would say, where we're grabbing locations that will matter later, and we're just meeting up with a few people. And if you're excited for one of the later runs in SDAT, All Sleeping Partners by Tomato, we're gonna see someone who's pretty close to that. A recurring actor between the games.
My beloved.
You know, they are our beloved. However, everyone forgets that this character is actually in Fallout 3. People only think about the New Vegas version. Nah, we have a version 2. And honestly, I think our version's cooler. So we're going to hop up here. We're going to do this little side jump, if I can get enough speed. There we go. To discover Agatha's house. Agatha's a cool old lady. We don't really know anything about her, but we're going to get her a violin. But we need her house so we can actually, you know, bring her the violin later. And then now, I'm going to heal up a bit before we do this. We're going to head into a place called Minefield, which, if you know it casually, you know that it's full of mines. If you don't know it casually, but you know that the name is Minefield, you probably also know that it's full of mines. It seems like a safe bet. And we could go around...
Sorry, I thought it was like a library.
No. There is... Well, there is a skill book in this place. We're going to need one of these for later. So we'll keep that with us. And we continue on. There's a guy named Arkansas up there. He's shooting at us. Because, I don't know. Arkansas is to the south of where I live, and we just have continuous beef, even in Fallout.
I think it's pronounced Arkansas. Just saying.
Yeah, but then it's like Kansas, and I don't know. Kansas and we also got beef. Turns out I just have beef with every other state that isn't mine.
Arkansas? What do you mean, Arkansas?
Arkansas? I don't want it. Alright, so we get to the MDPL-13 power station, which everyone loves. It's full of ghouls, but it's also full of a friend.
Oh, sorry, the sound the ghouls make just makes me laugh.
Oh yes. But they have a reason to laugh, because they have Fisto. Who again, you will see later in Fallout New Vegas. I think ours is cooler. We get to wield Fisto as a weapon.
In New Vegas, Fisto wields you.
Yes. Quite legitimately. Sadly, we will not be using Fisto in the run. It's fun, but we have some more effective tools. Like Fire Lance. As well as the weapon we are about to get, which is the Alien Blaster. Which, quite honestly, is just Fire Lance, but with less fire. And a consistent spawn. And with a whole lot more ammo. So actually, it's much better than Fire Lance.
Wait, does the Fire Lance not use the same ammo as the Alien Blaster? Oh, okay, okay.
And it also spawns it for full durability, so, like, it's better.
That shows how much I know about the game. I've been speedrunning for the better part of 5 years.
So you grab all that, and now we're at 200, or 200. I wish we were at 200 ammo. But we are at 122 ammo for this. And we're not set for the run, not by a long shot, but we're comfortable. But now we have to head up the hill to where these super mutants live, and, you know, these super mutants, I think they get a bad rap. A lot of people think they're not very organized, that they don't really value learning and education, but that's not true. I think they have a really good board of education. And if you don't believe me, you're gonna see it. However, one of them is going to die. Because, we also need money, and it turns out miniguns are pretty expensive in the Wasteland. So, I hope nobody liked this guy. Because we need it. Now behold, the Board of Education. We're also going to take a nap, because naps are important. We're going to hop along. This is where, in the any percent version, you would usually be getting your fire lance. But this terrain is really annoying, and it likes to fall into places where you can't actually get it without glitches. And so, you know, I cut that out pretty quickly. I don't think I finished a run before I changed our fire lance location. But we've gotten our Board of Education, so we're educated, we have a weapon, we have ammo for that weapon. Life is pretty good, but I think we need art. Like, we need music. So let's go get a violin. Because that's how this run works. Let's hop along here. We got these raiders here. They're going to shoot at me, but they never really matter. Oh, they have grenades this time. They might matter. They're going to try their hardest to matter.
Consistency and Fallout. Name a better pair.
You know, I wouldn't call them a good pair. Actually, no, we are about to do something that's very consistent. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna get these fission batteries. Remember how I've said, like, a lot of things will matter later? We'll see those fission batteries in about 2 hours. Yep. So we get that mine. This one will activate before we open the door, so we take no damage, because the door is cool like that. But now we're just gonna slip through this vault. Which, like all vaults in Fallout 3, is pretty well inscrutable until you get used to it. And then you start to understand where you're going. But by that point, you're kind of questioning if you're really, like, a human being anymore.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not. You're not meant to understand these places. We're gonna go through. We need to go to sound testing. You know, we have to set up for our speedrun. But, you know, as always, first you have to open up the testing booth. And then once you're in there, you have to steal their very valuable violin, but don't tell them about that. Ghost, you're keeping the SDAT violin safe, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're just holding it.
No, if I had a nickel for every time you get a violin for an old woman in these games, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's really weird that it happens twice.
Wait, when's the second one?
New Vegas.
Do we?
You get a Stradivarius for the one old lady.
Huh. Never knew. See, between the two of us, we know everything about old women and violins in Fallout.
Or I'm conflating that like I do literally every other fact in these games.
Awesome.
Surely somebody will call me out about it.
It's not going to be me. I know we had Hanuma in chat earlier. Hanuma could do it.
That's why I like you, Bachi. You never call me out.
We got these death calls here. They're worth 33 experience each, which... Oh, no. 25? Oh, I don't have Swift Learner right now. That's why. Okay. Reason discovered. It's all the same. They're worth 2 shots of our alien blaster, so we allow them. Until I miss a shot, which wasn't really supposed to happen, but it did. This is also where the Fire Lance has just the minorest edge, because it has the damage over time, so it's enough to kill those in 2 instead of 3, compared to the alien blaster. So we're over a little prep section, and now we're actually going to go get another weapon. Which, you know, it's been a minute since the Board of Education. So we're going to go to the Republic of Dave. Now, who do we think in the Republic of Dave has the unique weapon? What do you think, Ghost?
Surely it can't be Dave.
You're right, it's not. The answer is nobody. Dave has a key to where the weapon is, but nobody actually wields the weapon. Which, honestly, kind of sounds like a misstep to me. Like, they aren't using it, so they must not need it. So we can collect it. However, usually they don't agree with us. Sometimes they're pretty cool about it. Most times they're going to start shooting at us.
Aha! There you are.
Seems this is most times. Alright, Dave used his gun to block our shot, a very advanced technique that many NPCs in this game have figured out. And we grab our rifle out of that safe, because they said it was too dangerous for this world. I don't agree with them, though. And it is painless. Unlike what we did to Dave. I imagine there was pain involved in that. So we're going to run over here, get away from them, and we're fast traveling away from our problems, because we're a good Fallout player. And remember that metro we unlocked? There it is. Everything comes back around, if you give me at least 2 hours. Now, again, in the vein of things that will come up in 2 hours, there's a weapon in this game that requires you to get 4 out of 5 specific holotapes so you can open up the armory where it's hidden. With one little spin of our camera like this, we could invalidate needing to get those. I'm not allowed to do it, because it is considered too close to a glitch for what we're allowed to do. And so we have to get these holotapes, which that's the first one. It's not really an issue. The one we're going to get in a little bit is kind of a problem, and then the next few are not that bad. We're also going to discover the Anchorage Memorial. We'll see that place in, let's see what, we're 34 minutes in, probably about an hour and 45. Again, it all comes back. You just gotta give me time. You gotta let me cook.
Let him cook.
Don't let me cook too long, though. You let me cook too long, I come up with some weird strategies that should not be allowed to happen. Like, Ghost has seen the evolution of my all-star bottle caps run in New Vegas, and things happen.
You mean the best run you've ever convinced me to do?
It is a pretty good run. Oh, I think the game crashed. Alright, game crashed.
Alright, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Fallout moment.
To be fair, we have alt-tabbed in and out of the game, I think, 4 times at this point. Which, you know, it doesn't like. Okay, we're set back a little bit, but
No.
we'll be fine. Yeah, I was worried it would happen eventually, but we're okay.
That is the one consistency in these games. It will crash in your run.
Oh yeah. There's a point later on in this run where if you try to be fast, it will just crash. Because some people try to
I feel
talk
like
to you.
Any Fallout game is
Oh, go on.
Just the definition of, don't be mean to me, I will cry.
Yep.
Actually, yes. I've never thought of it that way, but that is what they are telling us. Yeah, that point later is fine, though. It's just, some people try to talk to you, and you can try to fast travel away, and you'll get it off, but then the game will crash. So, you have to talk to people. But what this reminds me to do is... I have my quick save button bound to my mouse, which is not unusual, but I also have my quick load button bound to my mouse. So anytime you see me, like, aim in like this, I'm pressing Alt. I am not pressing right-click to aim down sights. Because right-click is quick load. Which some people would call a dangerous game. I started these games on any %, and some things don't change. But it does mean I can do quick loading very quickly. Alright, and we didn't crash this time. So we are perfectly good to go.
I'm getting word from the streets that I am in fact incorrect about the violin in New Vegas.
Oh, really?
And I remain an idiot. So all things
Damn.
are fine.
Well, the problem is we're also going to have to take away your second nickel.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I was already poor.
I mean, you could have invested it somewhere. At that point, we have to wait for it.
Imagine only having 1 nickel. Couldn't be me. Also, Glenn, you are in fact a gamer. I hate to inform you. I'm so sorry.
So rude.
See, I think it's the thing. Everyone in Twitch chat, I'm sorry. You're a gamer.
Yeah, sucks you had to find out this way.
Yep. You're in the fold with us. We don't make the rules, though. I've been informed that we don't have to kill these two, but, you know, they can go away.
The experience is nice.
It's really not for an alien blaster round. They're only worth 5. I think that shot just went right through that one. I feel cheated. Like, I don't feel cheated enough that I'm gonna complain about it too much, but I do feel cheated. Oh, we got a centaur in here. That was weird. So, while I did say that the super mutants are not very good experience, we do have to kill these ones. They are not optional. Oh, this one blocked it with his gun. Again, that annoying strategy I said some NPCs were good at. Oh, that's a weird level up. And so, as another part of how cursed this run is, we get Swift Learner in this, which gives you 10% more experience gains. In any other Fallout speedrun, that perk is a plague. You do not want it. In this one, we absolutely need it.
Game's over!
Because getting level 14 takes a while already, and we need to make it 30% faster. So we should have one more super mutant down here we have to take care of. Yep, there he is. And our combat is done for this portion, so you know what? We've worked hard today. It's time for a nap. I'll go top bunk this time.
That was a really good basement.
It was not bad. We'll check my favorite gore sack, get our 18 caps. If you play the game casually, you know the power of the gore sack. It's where all money is. And we went over here because there's this guy. He likes to hide out. We can't allow that. Beatings will continue until morale improves. I can switch to a melee weapon. It won't be good, but we could do it. I don't know, Fisto wouldn't be that bad. We have 10 endurance.
Oh, you should have had an incentive to
Yeah,
see
of
what
course that could
weapon you
happen.
use.
I really did consider a like rotating incentive, like every $20 I have to swap weapons. But there's a portion of this run that would not work. It would be so bad. However, if you do want to see Fisto used, I'll give you this offer. There's a bid war going on right now for whether or not we kill the NPC named Sydney. If Kill Sydney wins, I'll use Fisto.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think last I checked, Kill Sydney was winning.
I will check right now.
We're going into our first metro of the run. If you know the Fallout 3 metros, you will know that they are inscrutable, and knowing where to go is just entirely... Have you been there and do you remember the path? Because otherwise it makes no sense. Thankfully, I've been here.
Yes. She is still getting murdered.
Okay. Well, I will make my plea with the people.
CC, no.
I mean, you know, it wasn't
It could
on
be
the
worse.
incentive. Could it
Could
be?
be worse. We could be giving her the shocker.
That is true. There is the shocker later, and it is
could
another
be
power
worse.
fist. I will make my plea, though. If we save Sydney, we get to steal the Declaration of Independence, which kind of makes us like Nicolas Cage, which I hear is kind of cool. There's also,
Really called
yes,
the Declaration of Independence.
yeah. Her whole thing is that she wants to steal it because she was hired to do it.
Now try and hide from them.
This is another weapon that I think most people probably miss, because you have to go up to specific terminals in this building, and then you have to press a number, and then press the right number, or it'll lock you out.
Stop it all!
And so you just have to know the correct 3 numbers to press at the correct 3 terminals. Which, I still mess up sometimes.
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh, you're good. If you've never played Fallout 3, you're going to see all of it. Because we do an entire glitchless run as part of this speedrun.
So I never actually played Fallout 3. I've just watched these games be speed ran 1,000 times.
I think it's a lot of people's experience.
I've had, but I somehow know everything about Fallout, or at least a lot about Fallout,
Game's over!
Yeah, there was...
because a lot of my friends hyperfixated on it and
Yeah,
have just told me all of this, thinking that I like the game.
yep. That's basically how it went for me casually, where my friends just kept telling me about it. And I was like, fine, I'll play it. And then when I started speedrunning, it was like, well, Fallout seems cool.
I'm hungry!
But yeah, there was a war
There's
or
so much
something.
weird niche Fallout lore, dude.
Game's over!
Also, you might be thinking, all you did was
Also, I'm
walk
sorry
in there.
that I
Oh, no, you
I
go.
somehow keep cutting you off because of the damn delay.
Yeah.
It's all good. We make it work.
You're dead!
Yeah, if you're thinking all you did was walk into that building and open 3 terminals, that is all I did. It'll matter later. This entire run is just... I'll tell you later. When you need to know, you'll know.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Literally. In about 2 hours later. Totally unrelated. Favorite presidents of the United States?
Going Lincoln.
I think Lincoln's a solid
Always a safe
choice.
bet. Always a safe bet.
What do you think Lincoln's known for? Like, in terms of items?
Surely the hat.
Yeah, it would have to be the hat, right? It would never be, like, a repeater or something. Like, surely we would never go into the Museum of History and get Lincoln's repeater. But no, that's exactly what we do.
I feel like you're foreshadowing something here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Every time you say Lincoln's repeater, it just sounds dirtier and dirtier.
It's got perfect accuracy.
It really does, actually. It was my favorite weapon in my 44 Magnum only run.
Lincoln's repeater don't miss.
It doesn't. If you have 100 small guns, it will never miss. It is, like, I think the only weapon in this game with no spread. So yeah, Lincoln's repeater.
You're
Really
saying
good.
Lincoln's repeater doesn't spread?
No, not at all.
That's depressing.
It's a pretty clean weapon, honestly. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's show the people what they're really fighting for. Let's go say hi to Sydney. We're not gonna kill her or anything yet. We're just gonna say hi. You know, let you know who you should save. Or kill. So we're gonna head up here to the National Archives. And, you know what, I'm just gonna put a quick save down out here. We don't have to, like, be in here canonically yet. We'll just walk in. We'll go say hi.
Get your ass over here if you want to live.
So this is Sydney. She has this gun.
They'll be here any
And this gun is really cool. Like, really cool. It's actually ultra.
Flank 'em.
But we could either help her or we could kill her. Now, I don't know what you people want to do. I think Sydney is a pretty cool character, though. So, you could save her. But while the people decide on that, we're going to go into VR chat to say hi to our dad. Which some people would say is not lore accurate. I think it's entirely lore accurate.
That's VR chat or that he's our dad?
Both things.
He's just spent too long in chat roulette. It's all good.
Yeah. He got a deep dive VR. He hasn't come out. So we're going to go get him out.
Cosplaying as a dog for a little too long.
Yeah.
Dad is canonically a puppy boy.
That is actually true. He does say that he kind of liked being a dog.
That just dawned on me, and I'm upset.
So yeah, we're going into this vault. There's really no reason for this other than that it's decent experience, and we do kind of need Dad to finish the game. So we hop in here. Got to put on our suit. Just do a little slip the camera over so we can get in our seat. And if you played the game casually, I don't imagine you have fond memories of this part, but we're not going to be in here long. We're going to use the Konami code to get out.
I'm not even doing the run, and I'm already repeating it in my head over and over again.
And we get our little failsafe terminal. We're going to ask about the invasion program. We do have to read some safety documentation, but like the terms and conditions on anything, we're just going to skip right over it. And you might hear a bunch of people getting shot behind us. We're not worried about it.
They're fine.
They're being shot with entirely generic weapons, so they are of no interest.
You've saved me.
So we talked to our dad. He's going to tell us about Rivet City. And we're just going to leave him. Like, we thought he was cool, but I don't know. We have much cooler hair than he does, so I don't really think it's worth it. Like, you tell me, who has cooler hair right now?
Hello, ma'am.
Definitely you.
Yeah. Exactly. We're going to leave Dad like he left us. We'll find him later, but for now, we don't. Instead, we're going to go talk to a woman named Sierra Petrova. And she knows a lot about Nuka-Cola, but that doesn't really matter. What really matters is that she knows this guy who has a weapon and who doesn't like us, and so we're going to get rid of that guy.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that the dad was a dog in a VR chat simulation and liked it.
Yeah. He didn't choose to be a dog. Like, the person controlling the VR chat world made him a dog. But then he liked being a dog, so I don't know. If the shoe fits.
Yeah, dad's a furry.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna put
Who
on...
amongst us wouldn't like being a dog?
True.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Also-
I kind of
can I
like
get
being a
head
cat.
Sierra Petrova does.
At least, like, if you're a
See.
cat, you can choose to just go to the bathroom whenever you want. Whereas with a dog, you have to sit there at the door and cry until somebody lets you out to take a shit.
As promised, here.
Alright, she's gonna violate our personal space. We don't worry about it. I've never passed her speech check, so I don't know what happens. But we're gonna step outside. This guy has to go. Oh. I'm not gonna fast travel there, because I've not seen Fallout 3 do that before, and when that happens, you don't look at it. You pretend it didn't happen because if not, the game crashes. So we're gonna talk to Agatha.
Oh.
She's gonna tell us about her violin. We're gonna ask if we can help. And we'll just give her that violin we found earlier, because, you know, we just have that.
Look,
It's just lying around. She needs some sheet music. We cannot be kind to the old lady, because if we're too kind to her, she doesn't give us a good Christmas present. But we're, like, kind enough to get the gun. Now, let's do our little pop culture reference of the run. Anyone see the new Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it with a friend, and, you know, one of my favorite things about that is that they have Wesley Snipes back as Blade. Because growing up, Blade was really cool, like, killing vampires and stuff. And it would be really cool if we got to kill a bunch of vampires in this speedrun. So, we're gonna kill a bunch of vampires. Now, someone might try to tell me that these are not actually vampires. They turn to ash when they die. See? Vampire. There, we level up again. We take another Swift Learner, so we get more experience. We took Educated before because it gives us more skill points on level up. And we need every one of them. So we come up here, and they're all going to be mad at us for some reason. Probably because we killed their doorman. But again, vampires. See? Pile of ash. Pile of ash. Pile of ash. Every one of them. Every time. It's the only explanation. Now, this guy has a fire sword. Oh, he didn't turn into ash. Alright, so Vance might not be a vampire. If he's not, you know, we're allowed to be wrong one time. That's within our range. Walk over there, get some medicine, and we're gonna go get a sword.
If you didn't want to be mistaken for a vampire, you shouldn't have been hanging out with them.
I mean, that is possible. And he does have, like, the cabinet with a vampire's edge sword. Which, you know, thinking about it, that could be Blade's sword for all we know. We're just reclaiming what we wanted. And we'll get this medkit while we're here. One of these days, I'm going to fail a 99% chance to force the lock, and it's going to be pretty sad. Not today. Alright, so we get our weapon, we get some meds. One thing you might not have really paid much attention to, but we were losing karma every time we killed a vampire. That does actually matter for later in the run. Because we need to get into some interesting places, and to do that, we need to be evil. Which, you know, I thought getting rid of the vampires might have made us, like, a good person. Turns out it makes us a bad person.
You're not going anywhere with our...
Alright. I thought we might have had a bad random encounter, but we're good. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to rebind my stim packs because I forgot to do that when we got Dad out of the simulation. And now we're going back to Minefield, another location I said would matter later. And we're going to go east to a location that matters right now. But, you know, at this point, we've gotten our hands on a good, like, dozen unique weapons. Ghost, you got any opinion on, like, the worst unique weapon?
Oh. Probably Board of Education, honestly. It's just a stick.
You know, that's pretty good, actually.
It's just a stick.
It really is just a stick.
They gave a name to.
It is a stick with some nails in it. I was going to say Fire Lance because the chances of getting it are awful. But, like, at least you get something good for it. The stick is just a stick.
Fire Lance has sauce.
It does.
The Board of Education is just a stick.
Kind of like boards of education in real life.
True.
You're not wrong. It's the one good thing about teaching at a college. I don't have to deal with the Board of Education. I get to deal with the people that direct my department, but I like them. Alright, so we're gonna come up here. You might have noticed I stole some armor from one of those vampires, and we're gonna gift it to somebody. Because, you know, she has some pretty cool armor, but I think she could have cooler armor. And those of you who have played the Fallout 4 DLCs, you might recognize some of this. It's like everything in Fallout 4, it's a Fallout 3 reference.
They really did, like, reuse so many things.
Yeah.
McCready, Sierra.
Sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, step up behind her. We failed the pickpocket, so we go again. We go again. There we go. And then, now that she has it, we don't necessarily need her key, but her key is pretty useful.
You and your pathetic tin cans.
So we take her key, and while they talk, we're gonna go in and say hi to... what's his name? It's Uncle something. Uncle
Are you
Ray.
alright?
We're gonna try to get an 11% speech check and fail. That's fine, it just means we get less money. Which, you know, once upon a time would have mattered in this run, but not so anymore. Rockman here. This is another good candidate for worst weapon. Highwayman's Friend. It's just a pipe. That's it.
True, I forgot about this one.
We're gonna sleep in on bed. I'm gonna go bottom bunk this time. We can't be too greedy with the top bunk. Right. And now they're running away because their theatrics are over, so we're just gonna run with our homie back to her lair, where we will take her armor. Because she doesn't need it anymore. She's gonna have our new stuff. So we're gonna hop in. She's up on her throne, now in the armor that we gave her. Because, you know, she appreciates our gift. And so we're gonna sneak up, and we're gonna take her old stuff. If she will give it to us. She's not happy about it. There we go. So we get her armor, and we're going to go show that to the other guy, because we need proof that our friend in there is dead. And, you know, he doesn't really ask us for anything other than her armor. I could have asked us for, like, a hand, a head, some real evidence that we had done anything. Nah, just the armor.
Are we not pointing out how sus it is that the only other item she had was human flesh?
Oh,
no one
no.
else bothered by that?
No.
Okay.
She's a human. Of course she has human flesh.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah. Now, we'll ignore that, like, very few other humans in this game have human flesh just idly in their inventory. You're right. Well, it is revealed later in the game, like, everyone in the Wasteland is subtly mutated from, like, normal humanity. So that must be why.
Well done.
Alright, so we offer this guy our armor. We tell him to leave. He gives us his gun. We can't let him leave, though. We can't trust him. So we kill him, we take his armor, and now we're going to go give that to our other friend. Which is slightly faster to fast travel. So we fast travel back over. And we're going to go say hi to our friend. I will say, as a Ghost will attest, I am known to just randomly take certain NPCs out of the equation and runs when they've done nothing to me, and they don't matter. She's not one of them.
At last.
I like, you know, she's cool. She can hang out. She's leaving. She's not going to hurt anybody. But, you know, some people might leave.
I don't think Giornio was hurting anybody either. He was just trying to run a successful business.
You know, that's probably true. But we're going to go up here, and speaking of Giornio, who sells food in New Vegas, we're going to head to a diner. Not because we need food, but because we need another holotape to open up that door later in the game that I mentioned however long ago. And this is number 2 out of 4 that we need. Which, again, if we were allowed to just do this, we would not have to get these holotapes. But we're not allowed to do it.
You could do it if you were in the desert.
Could do it if it was New Vegas.
Allowed in the Mojave.
We're also going to do it for a different gun later in the run. The rule
It goes
is...
to show that certain laws are different in different states.
Different states. They're also different depending on which part of the state you're in. But hey, we get to see more of the Wasteland, and in this case, we're going to get this bottle of whiskey that we'll need later. And you know what? Just for this, we'll take 2. So we're going to head back to Canterbury Commons. It is nighttime, so our buddy Joe is sleeping. That's okay. We'll just wait 7 hours for him to wake up. There he is. And he's going to give us some money.
All of that fighting.
Which, generally speaking, doesn't matter that much. But for this run, it does.
Welcome to Rivet City.
Now, I am told you can wait to skip this bridge, but let's do a little bridge jump. Easy.
Is there a problem?
Harkness asks us if there's a problem. There is no problem, other than the fact that he just won't let us go. So now we have to go talk to the doctor. Not about us, but just about robots. As you talk with the doctor about.
Yes.
So he gives us another holotape. We have to get one more to do that quest line later. But for now, we're just going to talk to our dad.
Project.
Some people are in such a hurry.
Because, you know, he found his way here. So we're going to leave Rivet City. First, we're going to go say hi to the priest, also to ask about robots, as you do. And that tells us that we need to go into the Broken Bow to talk to a guy named Puritan. However, we don't have a high enough lockpick skill to do that. So instead, we're going to buy Stimpaks.
They call me Shrapnel.
A pleasure.
Some people might question that we get our medicine from a guy who sells guns. It works.
I mean, my doctor sells guns too. I don't see anything weird.
Didn't let us wait outside, but everyone's in here now, so we're all good.
Yes?
What?
And we gotta go say hi to our dad to do what is, without a doubt, the most Bethesda quest ever.
Here we are.
So we're gonna talk to our dad, we're gonna ask him what we need to do. He's gonna tell us to go flip a switch down in the basement. And then, after we flip the switch, we get to go upstairs and talk to Dad to get more fuses, to then go back downstairs and put those fuses up. And if you're thinking, couldn't Dad just give us the fuses right now? Yes. But don't think about it.
Character building.
Yeah. Dad wants us to prove that we can press buttons on a wall.
Great work on the pumps. Hurry back, and I'll give you the fuses.
And, you know, I'm gonna tell you, we nailed it. Good for us. So, another little section here where there's not really a unique weapon to grab, but we just have to progress.
So, the pumps are working.
You know, I don't know, looking at chat, I don't know if I would call this the best Fallout, but it's definitely one of the 3 best Fallouts.
Definitely in the top 5.
Definitely in the top 5. I would say it's in the top 3, which is also the bottom 3, because it's the 3 I've done speedruns of. Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, they're all the same. They're just slightly different.
Fuses in place. You should be able to access the mainframe.
So we put in our fuses. We don't really need a nap for health, but it does heal our limbs, which have been getting crippled a little bit, so we'll take a little bonus nap. Just for fun. So we go in here, we press one more button. Dad wants us to talk to him at, like, the intercom in there. We don't need to do that. We'll talk to him later.
Yes?
What?
So we hop around over to here, but we do have to talk to Dad, so we are going to have to stop at this intercom and talk
There are
to
a few
him.
minor repairs.
And now we can go in here, which is the worst place to do stop ops. Because by that I mean, they barely work, but they work just enough that I feel compelled to do them.
I always feel like it's not doing anything in here, and I do them anyways.
There are some good ones, and then there's most of them which aren't good. These guys show up, they're going to try to kill everyone, so we don't like that, so we need to get out of here. Because it turns out, when they're killing people, they are also using unique weapons, and, you know, as the run goes, those are ours. They don't know it yet, but they're ours. And see, like, some of them are good. Most of them are not. Slip out through here. And we're going to head upstairs where we're going to repossess a weapon. Although for once, we aren't going to be doing the killing. Our hands are clean. Well, they're clean in most things, not this guy. What are you made of, buddy? Guy was a little bit strong.
Of the president, this facility is now under United States government control.
All right. And now we have a little bit of a cutscene where we just kind of have
to step forward immediately and turn over all materials related to this
Although,
Jesus.
Actually, we need to reload the save. There we go. Yeah, we need him by this door.
The person in charge is
I was trying to remember if he steps back or not, but no, he was just weirdly forward.
Related to this project.
That's quite impossible. This is a private project. The Enclave has no authority here.
So we're just going to wait with our front row seat while they talk about it.
Am I to assume, sir, that you are in charge?
Yes, I'm responsible for this project.
Then I repeat, sir, that you are
Wait,
hereby
why is this one allowed?
hand over all materials
Good
related
question.
to the purifier.
Good question.
I'm sorry, but that's...
Furthermore, you are to assist
this one is allowed
in
because
control of the
so
administration
Autumn here
and
has this
operation of
pistol,
this facility at
and
once.
later on in the game when he shows up again,
I'm sorry,
he has a
but
different
the
one.
facility is not operational.
But this pistol
It never
is
has been.
unique,
I'm afraid
so we
you're
need it.
wasting your time.
But the only way to get
Sir,
it is
this
to
is the
do
last time I am
a
going to repeat
glitch,
myself.
not a glitch,
Stand
kind of a
down at once
glitch.
and turn over control of this facility.
It depends on who you ask. Yeah.
This facility will not function. We
It's
haven't
like
been able to
it's like
successfully
skim milk. Is it milk? Is it not milk? Depends on who you ask.
Comply
It's
immediately,
a skim
sir,
glitch.
in order to prevent any more incidents. Are we clear?
Remind me to start a fight
Yes.
about this in the Discord.
do whatever you want.
I put
No
this in the
need for more
Discord,
violence.
or
Then
not
you
in the
will
Fallout
immediately
Discord, but I
hand
put it
over all
in another
materials
Discord,
related to this project.
and
Aid us in
the
making it
response was,
operational
"I
at
don't
once."
care."
Very well. Give me a few moments to bring
Which,
this
to be fair, this one only adds time to the run. Because if we don't do it, we just don't get this weapon.
Enough of these delays.
It'll only be a few more moments.
Also, we get to see our bald head. Kinda cursed.
Run. Run.
Alright, so basically what we're doing here is by smashing our third-person camera against this wall, we can interact with things that we can't actually touch, such as Colonel Autumn's dead body. Which... Oh, wait, we got it? Okay. He has never fallen like that before.
James.
And I was very worried he would just be out of range. Because we would have had to sit through the cutscene again.
Thank you, Fallout.
Yep. So we're going to walk with Madison Lee. She's going to have us try to help some people. I don't like those people. And by don't like them, I mean that they're slow. So we're going to speed them up. Alright, they're sped up.
We're going to need you.
But Lee survives because she's pretty cool. She can come with us. There is something you can do to skip most of this section. However, I've never gotten it to work in all unique weapons. I think it's because we're at a higher level than normal. But I might also just be bad. Either way, we're going to take her up here, and she's going to hack a terminal for us. Because we don't do that very well. It's not our strong suit. Our strong suit is shooting fire lance. And missing. So we wait for her. Fire lance is almost broken, but that's fine, honestly. We're going to have a moment here in a little bit where we're actually able to redo all of our weapons and not lose any time. So, for the moment, we let it go. If it breaks, it breaks. I'm doing that thing to Lee everyone hates, where you just kind of look over their shoulders, they work. And you hope that that makes them work faster. But yeah, our dad is dead. I'll let you know whenever, I'll let you know when we really care. I mean, it was pretty cool. He did kill Colonel Autumn so we could get that gun. In a way, Dad knew what we cared about. So we're to go ahead, hop out here, get Madison Lee to safety, which will complete a quest and level us up, which is all that really matters in the world. So
why exactly do we need a specific amount of levels?
So at level 14, you are offered a selection of perks, one of which is called Lawbringer, which allows you to go around the wasteland collecting fingers from people. And it also causes certain NPCs to spawn into the world, one of which is the guy named Plunkett, who happens to have a pair of unique knuckle dusters, and so we just need it. Which is definitely one of the weapons in Fallout 3. That might actually be the worst one. Any percent has a glitch to just like skip level ups. Obviously we don't have that, because we don't have glitches. So we gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, we're gonna grab Child at Heart, because we're actually going to need that in a moment. Because if not, we have to like go get some ant pheromones and drink a bunch of whiskey to do a 12% chance speech check. Which, if that sounds like an awful strategy, it definitely is. I'm glad I got rid of it.
I say, I'm glad I've never forgotten to get Child at Heart in a run. Never once.
It would never happen.
Totally.
Alright, so we have to lockpick into here. We didn't break the lockpick, lovely. I need to remember to not jump to the left going through that door, because there's a mine. But we aren't punished this time.
Never punished.
Never punished. So we walk in here. There's this guy named Pinkerton. He knows about robots.
How the hell did you get in here?
So we're going to ask him about robots. Mainly how to tell a robot that a robot is a robot. And he's pretty forthcoming with that. So then we're going to go leave, and we're going to tell a robot that a robot is a robot. And that gives us a gun from a robot. So this guy who accosted us when we first got here, robot. Don't believe me? Watch this. I tell him this code, robot. And then he gives us his gun and finishes a quest that levels us up. And now I know at the beginning of the run, we did miss out on a lot of the vault section. Don't worry, we're going back.
An automated distress message from Vault Tech. Vault 101. Message begins.
Because we have a friend in here who has a unique weapon, and you know what? We can't allow that. That's ours.
Things got worse after you
Friend is a stretch.
My father's
Yeah.
mad with power. If you can
We're gonna have a talk with him. Also, this is the point where we get to rebind everything, and it doesn't cost us any time because we're just waiting for the radio.
You should remember it.
Message repeats. This is an automated distress message from
Now, you might notice I have a shotgun out. Don't worry about it.
101. Message begins.
It's a talking shotgun.
Conversation stick.
We do have the... Yeah, it's a conversation stick. Though it's a combat conversation stick, so it's pretty cool. See? We talked to that guy.
I changed the door password to my name. If you're hearing this, and if you still care enough to help me, you should remember it.
Look what we
Message repeats. This is an automated distress message.
Alright, Gomez gets away.
Vault Tech.
Good for
I
him.
just got the conversation.
101. Message begins.
Great conversation.
Oh, yeah. We're really good at talking to people.
I just hope you're still alive to hear this.
Like Butch, we're gonna have a good conversation with Butch. Because we need his little switchblade.
changed the door password to my name. If you're hearing this, and if you still care enough to
Also,
help
you'll
me,
notice
you should remember it.
Message
I-
repeats.
it is a
This
tiny little
is
switchblade.
An automated distress message from Vault Tech. Vault 1.
You'll also notice, like, we're losing,
Message begins.
yeah, that's not worth
It
it.
feels like you left home.
We're losing karma every time we kill someone.
I know you're still out there. I just
Again,
hope
we
you're
have to be
still alive
evil.
to hear this. Things got worse
Some would
after
say
you
I
left.
do this
My
because I
father's
just don't
gone
want to deal
mad
with the vault.
power.
I would say
If you can hear this,
they're
please
worth
stop looking
experience,
for your dad
and they
help
give us
stop
bad
mine.
karma.
I changed the door password to my
We
name.
need both
If
of
you're
those
hearing
things.
this, and if you still care enough to help me, you should remember it.
Alright,
Message
and that is the vault.
repeats. This is an automated distress message from Vault Tech. Vault 101.
Now, it does mean every time we go back to Megaton, we're going to be hearing this radio station.
Home a long time ago, but
So,
know
I hope we
you're
all
still
like
out
Amada's
there. I
message.
just hope you're still alive to hear this. Things got worse after you left.
Admittedly, it has a
Father's
pretty
gone
good
mad with
range on it.
power. If you can hear this, please stop looking for your dad and help stop mine. I changed the door password to my name. If you're hearing this, and if you still care enough to help me, you should remember it.
Message repeats. This is
Alright, so we're gonna go over here to where the outcasts are living, and they have a custom
Tech.
missile launcher that they've developed, and as you might imagine, we can't allow it. That's ours.
It feels like you left home a long time ago, but I know you're still out there.
Like, they say they're keeping it to keep the world safe. I don't believe them. We're gonna kill these guys, because they're like mildly okay experience. About 33 a pop. Can't complain. And at this point, you might have noticed, like, Fire Lance ran out of durability. The Alien Blaster is at about 70% right now, I would say. Eventually, the Alien Blaster will run out of durability, and by that time, we can't use it anymore. So we just kind of burn it while we have it. Like on that guy. Or this turret. Now, you might be thinking as well, like, that person turned into ashes, does that mean that the outcasts are vampires? No. Not everyone. That was just disintegration. Let's go ahead, we'll pick into their armory. Grab this minigun because it's pretty valuable. Grab that missile launcher because it's required for the run. And then we get some stuff that maybe we sell later, maybe we use. It all depends. And now we get out of here. Oh. Again, some people are really good at dodging with their weapons. Because a weapon is a shield if you know how to use it. Alright, we got somebody around here who is slowing us down a bit, but that's okay. Because now we're going back on the normal Fallout 3 progression, where we have to go to Little Lamplight to talk to some kids and go into a vault to get a device that they should not really have access to. Because if you hit the wrong button, you destroy the world. And I mess up some stop-ups. So we slip around up here. And you know what? We've been stop hopping for a little like more grounded time. As opposed to time in the air. But sometimes you need a drink, you need to rest your wrist. So it's pretty convenient. It's just, you know, across the entire length of the run, it would take a while.
I still cannot do this.
I love stutter ops.
You're all built differently. Everyone that can do this. I don't know how it works. It doesn't trigger in my brain.
I don't know. It's something with the stutter animation on landing that makes it work. I don't know what it is. I just know it works. How many stim packs do we have? 29. Oh, we are golden. We could not be happier with our stim pack number.
Hold it right there, lady.
So we're gonna come in here. We're a child at heart, though, so we're just gonna get in by saying a fart joke, and they're gonna let us in.
Happy birthday, Sticky.
Oh, and McCready is fleeing, so we will have to load back.
Hold it right there, lady.
He's not supposed to do that, but we have to talk to him, and if he does that, we can't talk to him.
Happy birthday, Sticky.
There we go.
I don't just...
So go in, we talk about that. We say that we really need to get into Vault 87. Say thanks. We tell him we want to use Murder Pass, because even though Murder Pass sounds scary, we need it. There's this tig named Sticky here. He's pretty cool in a different speedrun. In this speedrun, he's not so cool. So we leave him alone.
Honestly, the other one, he's not even that cool.
I don't know. You're actually right.
I'm a Sticky hater.
Yeah, Sticky is who we affectionately refer to as Twitch chat. Because if you've ever had him casually, he sure does talk a lot about nothing. You know, we love you, chat, but you're all sticky at heart.
Sometimes you be yapping.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes I be yapping. We're going to talk to this game named Billy, because Billy has a Wazer rifle. And we need the Wazer rifle. And since we're a child at heart, we get it for free instead of paying 500 caps for it. Which was another thing I used to do in this run. Which I don't recommend. Yeah, we love chat. And Sticky is very funny. Like, in an ironic sort of way, but very funny.
That's all, folks.
Watch it.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey.
you know what? Let's go say hi to Sticky real quick. He'll probably die. That's kind of the issue. But, we can have a friend. Oh, is he left? Aw, he's gone. Bye, Sticky. No Sticky for us. That's okay. If we had taken Sticky in the murder pass, he probably dies in about 10 seconds. But you know, some would say that the name Murder Pass implies that. Not wrong. So we get through here. They've already opened the door for us because they're pretty nice like that. Is this bed owned? It's not. We'll take a nap. And so we took a nap, and now we get to go into Murder Pass, which is inhabited with a bunch of super mutants. But you know what? We don't really care. We're just running past them.
No more games.
See if we can get the barrel jump. Kind of. I messed it up.
Game's over.
It wasn't the worst barrel jump, but it was not a good barrel jump. Grab some stim packs, grab a stealth boy for later. And we slip into the vault. Because it turns out these kids have been living on top of a vault this whole time. So we're going to run it past everybody. This is also about the time I should mention. There are 39 unique weapons in this game. I think at this point in the run, we have about 18 of them.
Game's over!
So we're pretty backloaded in terms of where we actually get the weapons. So hop along, get through here. Really, there's not much in here outside of all the mutants. But, oh. Gamer, you gonna let me through? There we go. Alright, so we get up to the test labs, where probably one of my favorite NPCs in the entire franchise is. His name is Fox, he's in there. In this run, all we're gonna do, we're gonna take his lunch money, and that's about it. So, I'm not a very good friend to him. But again, this is an evil run. So we're just gonna slip past everybody, talk to our buddy. And we're gonna talk to him again, and, you know, this sledgehammer he has, it's pretty cool. Some would say it's unique. I would say that it's mine. So now that we have it, we continue through the vault. And at this point, we do have to kind of kill the mutants, because if we don't kill them, there is a soft lock. Which, technically, we could avoid by not killing them, and doing something with the stealth boy that we picked up. However, less experience, and it could still break. So, we're gonna be safe.
I never noticed that Fox just pulls out an entirely separate, random hammer when you take his.
Oh yeah, he just has a second one. He's prepared.
He's like, okay, that's fine.
I mean, he still kills everyone. Although the other day, I actually saw him die in this section, and I was amazed.
He usually dies here for me in TTW.
Oh no. Fox lives in my mind as this unkillable beast from when I watched him go fist to fist with a behemoth and be perfectly fine at the end.
He's so goated.
He really is. I don't know, something about this run. Oh, there he goes. He's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah. Fox has died. That's okay. We got what we needed from him. And, you know, now we get to go through another cutscene. And we'll see if we invalidate our own run, just by bad RNG.
It's so messed up that it gives you the smiling vault boy when somebody dies.
Yeah.
Fox is dead. Smile.
Alright, we did not invalidate our own run.
Good work.
I mean, we didn't know him. We took all of his medicine and his weapon. There's probably a reason he died.
Have the techs come down and remove it immediately, sir.
You're certain she's unharmed?
Are we the problem?
She'll pass out shortly, but we can revive
You're not the solution.
Excellent. Prepare
That's
her
fair.
for transport immediately.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies?
I think we are.
Oh no.
Well, it happens. Alright, so the Enclave abducted us because they don't like us, and they want that new toy we just picked up from that radiation chamber. We're gonna tell them to fuck right off, because we don't like them.
I have no time for other matters. I'll be with you shortly.
Also, misaligned texture.
Sir.
You can dislike it all you want. It's still there.
I do apologize for Colonel Autumn's attitude. He's been under a great deal of stress lately. I've no doubt.
I've never noticed that. Oh my god, why did you do this to me?
I forget who it was that did it to me. There was some run I watched, and they showed this, and I have to live with it. So now I inflict it on other people.
I'll unlock the way for you. And I'll unlock your restraints as well. I'll be waiting for you in my office. Please don't carry.
Alright, so the president lets us out. We gotta get our stuff back, which sadly means we also have to rebind everything to the right spots. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So, alien blaster, plasma rifle. If it somehow comes up, the durable shotgun. Put our armor on. Grab our stimpaks. And then put our final levels into repair. Now, normally, this is where we would start leveling up big guns for later.
Hold it right there.
But just in case you all still want to save Sydney later, I'm going to be leveling up science. Because we will need that to save her.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I don't think Sydney's surviving.
I don't think she is. But you know what? We're going to give her every chance. She has a sad backstory, and I'm going to play the sad backstory holotape. And I'm going to make you all feel bad about killing her. Unless you say... You know what? We're just hopping through here. I'll give you some Sydney backstory. So, her dad disappeared when she was young, and that's why she's the treasure hunter, because she had to provide for herself. She hopes that after this job, she'll take those caps and, like, open a shop with her girlfriend in the Ghoul City. So, you know, if we save her, she could do all that. If we don't, she's gonna end up like this. Oh, like that. And you know, there's not a lot I can do about that. Only the people can save Sydney. Now me, I'm more than happy to kill Sydney. That saves us time. It's like 3 minutes off the run. Alright, so we talk with the president. He's a computer. We'll tell him we'll give us a thought to killing the entire wasteland. Quite honestly, we can't be bothered. And now we're just escaping Raven Rock. Because there's not a single unique weapon here. Which, you know, is kind of strange to me. You would expect there would be something in, like, you know, the main military base of the biggest power in the wasteland. Nah.
I always figured they didn't figure you can't come back here.
There. There is the, there's the bobblehead of energy weapons.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So that's not the reason. I'm just wrong.
Well, it might be like Megaton, because I think if you blow up Megaton, the bobblehead of strength is in like a rubble pile outside. So it might work like that. But for now, we've escaped Raven Rock, which some people would call a death trap. That's true. We're going to go to another death trap, though. A place called the Deathclaw Sanctuary. Which, if you're thinking that the Deathclaw Sanctuary sounds like a place where you would die, yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay, I didn't know if that was solid before I jumped on it. And if it wasn't, we were going to die. Okay, apparently once you miss the energy weapons, it's gone. Which,
yeah,
sucks. We are nearing one of my favorite parts of the run, which is where I try to act like we're, like, role-playing an episode of Naruto, and we jump from tree to tree. If I mess it up, it's not going to look very cool, and I'm going to be pretty sad about it. But that's also how this run usually goes. As Ghost will tell you, if there's a tree in a speedrun, I will try to jump on it. It just looks cooler. Like, anyone can jump on the ground. How many people jump from tree to tree? Alright, so we get up here, and we're going to discover a very fun location. Now there is, while we're thinking about bobbleheads, the bobblehead of Endurance is supposedly in here. I don't know where. We're not going to grab
yeah,
it.
it's somewhere.
It's somewhere in here. I think it's by like a Brahmin body. But, you know, we're not going to find it mid-speedrun. Instead, we're just going to say hi to our homies, get a critical strike because we're that cool, then just continue hopping along. So we have one unique weapon on that Enclave soldier's body. It's called Jack, which is a Ripper. Jack the Ripper. Everyone clap, everyone laugh. We don't really care about it, though.
I admit that I never got that.
Yep, it is a Ripper named Jack. But then we have... I mean, to be fair, I don't think most people know it even exists. I sure didn't. But then also, we have that weapon in the back, which is Vengeance, a unique Gatling laser. And that weapon, I fucking love that weapon. Like, you'll see it later, and you'll know why I like it. Granted, I do some things that make it look a little cooler than it really is. And so we got a little jump here. Granted, if we missed that jump I just did, then we are actually slower than if we had just gone the normal way. But we don't think about that. Alright, and that is Deathfall Sanctuary. We get outside, we lockpick a little footlocker, which has some medicine for us. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. In this case, one stim pack and some medics. It's not the worst it could be. Get jumped by some Deathclaws, that's okay. And then the Enclave have a camp up here because they were doing experiments like brain-controlled Deathclaws. We don't really care, but they have ammo and medicine, which are always welcome. Alright, Naruto time. Fuck! The last tree! It's always the last tree. Well, as we're depressed from not being Naruto, there's this guy up here. He's got a unique sniper rifle. We need it. We're getting killed by a bear. Thankfully, we still get him. We'll take his whiskey, why not?
Drink away the sadness from City Jump.
It was so close.
It was so close.
I'm forever chasing the dream of perfectly stop hopping off of every one of those trees. I don't think it's faster to go on the trees, by the way.
Oh, it's almost certainly slower.
Oh, yes. But, you know, it
But
looks
it has
cool.
sauce.
Exactly. It's a 2-hour and 34-minute world record. We can have a little bit of fun. Until somebody else starts running the category, and then they're going to ruin my fun. So, now, we don't... Well, we have a couple more unique weapons to pick up coming up here where the Ice Cream Man is. But then after that, we actually have to go pick up another holotape. So it's another one of those things where we're going to go about 1.5 minutes out of our way, because, again, we're not allowed to turn our camera.
Except for that one situation.
That one time we're allowed to do it. And maybe again at the end of the run, but we don't talk about that.
Can I have 3 guesses to who said, I don't care, to the ruling on that?
I think you'll be right in one, but yeah.
Can I use all 3 guesses to say radioactive?
Yeah.
Okay.
The exact response, I think, was, man, I don't care about glitches.
Are loving speed dictator.
Yep.
Radioactive, the head mod of the Fallout New Vegas speed community, or the Fallout speed community. I just have New Vegas on the brain.
Hold it right there.
All right, we talked to this guy. He's going to tell us that they're like slavers and stuff, but we have really bad karma, so they really like us, and they're just going to let us in, and they're going to give us a unique weapon for our trouble. Including, like, 50 rounds of ammunition that are worth 5 caps each. So we just get, like, a 250 caps sign-on bonus. Which, I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. That's, like, I don't know, 12 stimpaks. Alright, we get this unique pull queue. That guy gave me deviled eggs because we're just that evil, I guess. I've never had that happen. I didn't know they just randomly gave you gifts for being evil. Wait, is being evil cool? Certainly not.
Yeah. Here works like, it doesn't Mechaton, will they just run up and give you stuff?
Huh.
Depending on karma.
Interesting. I mean, my usual experience with Paradise Falls is I roll up and I kill everyone.
Yeah. That's the average sane experience.
Yeah, you encounter a group of people who are like, hey, we like slaves and we want you to go get slaves. And it's like, cool, I'm killing you.
Put these bomb collars on people.
Yeah.
No!
How about... How about, hear me out, I kill you. But we're going to go up here because, you know, we have been pretty evil. Meeting those people back there, it kind of taught us that, you know, we're kind of a bad person. So we're going to go to church. Not to, like, try to absolve ourselves of anything, but there's just, like, a holotape there that we want. We might eventually do, like, something good, but for now... it's just a place with a thing. Did I break this? Oh, I didn't. Cool. So that minigun is also worth a non-zero amount of money. We got another one. Oh, we got a few. That worked out. There we go. Alright, now that all the mutants are gone, we can leave, and we're actually going to go back to Little Lamplight. Oh, hey, Sticky's here. Let's say hi to Sticky.
Sticky!
What?
Yeah, let's get Sticky. Alright, we'll say that we're going to take him somewhere.
Go to Big Town?
We're not really going to take him anywhere except on a trip with us until he dies. But he's got a party hat. He'll probably try to tell us a story if he doesn't die. He's probably going to die.
Are you lost?
Oh, yep, and he's already asking me if I'm lost. Which, again, is another reason we call him Chat. Because at every turn, he's like, are you lost? Do you know what you're doing?
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? Speedrunner, do you know about the run you're doing? It's great. We love Sticky. So we're going to go up here. We're going to hope for good RNG on what enemies are right here. If it's like 2 centaurs, that's pretty much peak because they're too slow to catch up with us. More than likely, it's 2 super mutants. Yep. So we kill them. We're about at the end of our alien blaster, but again, it's done everything it needs to do. And there's not any more ammo available for it in the game. So like, once it breaks, doesn't matter. So we come out here. Oh, Sticky's alive. And that's the end. End of the run. Yep, Sticky told us. It's the end. But we got a lockpick in here. Because now we actually need a gun. We're going to sleep for an hour because we can. We are over encumbered. Because that does happen in this run. So we need to get rid of a few things. Probably repair a minigun, and we're good. This is where the crash is, by the way.
Well now.
Because there are these regulators outside, because we're evil. And they kill evil people. And you can fast travel fast enough to avoid their dialogue, but the game will crash.
I changed the door password to my name. If you're
So, the amount you can actually avoid them is pretty tenuous.
Message repeats. This is an automated distress
Alright.
message from
So we are back in Megaton, and we have to talk to Moira to get our quest done.
message begins.
Because we need our stick. We have Sticky, now we need Stick.
I know you're still out there. I just
Yeah?
Oh. We do not want to talk to the kids, we want to talk to
how's
Moira.
this?
So we're gonna talk to her about her stuff. She's gonna heal the radiation that we got in the vault, because if you noticed, we kind of almost died to radiation. But Moira takes care of that.
Well, what?
And then now, we tell her about Minefield, because we went there earlier. And we're gonna tell her that we'll test this repellent stick for her. We're never going to test it. That is ours, forever. And we're just gonna sell her some of the stuff we've been picking up.
We have a new opinion on worst weapon.
Oh?
It's the repellent stick.
Good hunt?
But it's a one-shot kill against the proper enemies.
So is any weapon against those enemies.
You're not wrong, but you're not wrong.
Distress message from
You could sneeze on a mole rat and it would die.
That is true.
101. Message begins.
Alright, so keep leveling up. We're only 3 levels away from where we need to be.
That's my...
We'll talk to Lucas, and we're going to talk about this bomb, because this bomb is scary, and we should get rid of it. And by that I mean, it's worth 390 experience to get rid of it. So we're going to get rid of it. Which does require using Mentats, as I always forget.
This is an automated distress message from Vault Tech.
So we disarm a bomb. We're going to buy some stim packs while we're down here. We have to wake up the doctor, and he's going to be pretty mad about it.
For Christ's sake.
As Sticky talks in the background about our speed. I love Sticky.
You done? Bro, do you wonder? He came up with the most cleverest of... Thank you.
Alright, where is Lucas Sims? Probably still up here. Yeah.
Message repeats. This is
So we turn in a quest. He really likes us now, and since he likes us so much, I'm gonna break into his house.
Message begins.
It feels like you left home a long time ago.
Let's see.
I know you're still
We
out
should be
there.
fine.
I just hope you're still alive to hear this. Things got worse after you left. My father's gone mad with power. If you can hear this,
And so we
please
break
stop
into his house because he has the bobblehead of strength, and we need that so he actually can carry things.
If you're hearing this, and if you still care enough to help me, you should remember it.
Message repeats.
And then now, we're to go on one more little side quest.
Message from
And by one more little side quest, I mean a whole lot more. Because, you know, we still got like half an hour or so to go. Nothing ever ends. Except Sticky Stories. Which I gotta give him credit. He's still alive. Alright, Ghost. I think here's the actual Sticky bit. Will Sticky survive the National Guard armory? Or will Sticky die?
Aren't there like 90 turrets there? Like I'm thinking of?
There's like a few Robo-Brains, a Sentry Bot. Also, I don't think he's following us anymore, so he might already be dead.
Nah, he's surely just standing at the door.
I don't know. I saw a bunch of ghouls come out of there, but I didn't see a Sticky.
Oh no.
You know, if he's gone, he's gone.
R.I.P. in peace, Sticky.
Yep.
Sorry, chat. You died.
And just before we were going to reach Friendship Station. Yeah.
Real friendship station was the stickies we lost along the way.
It's a good thing Sticky didn't have a unique weapon. Oh, honestly, it just makes it more impressive Sticky lived as long as he did. Also, ignore me dodging 2 missiles. It's just casual. But Sticky died to 3 mole rats.
Could have given him the repellent stick.
Of course I can't give him the repellent stick. That's ours. It's unique. Alright, so we get up here to the National Guard outpost. Those 4 holotapes we've been grabbing, this is where we use them. So we're going to sneak upstairs, slip around, be a little fancy with our jumping. And you know what? We need to hit a power switch that really you're supposed to go through the entire building to hit. But if you know how to jump, you don't need to go through the building. You can just do that. And then you can flick the switch. And funnily enough, we actually still have Alien Blaster ammo, which is unusual for this point in the run. I've actually had, like, not the worst aim in the world for once.
You've been getting a lot of crits, too.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Like, I got Finesse, so we're gonna get more crits now. I can't complain. What I can complain about is this old armor we're wearing, which is not good. So we're gonna put on new armor. And so this terminal, we needed the 4 holotapes to access. If we had just, you know, been allowed to turn our camera around, we could have skipped all of them. Not allowed. And now we get one of the most fun unique weapons in the run, the Merv, which fires a bunch of mini nukes. Hate to tell you, we don't have enough mini nukes. I think it takes like 9 to fire, and we have 7. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me, and we can fire it, because we don't need the money. We're just gonna go right back where we were, and we're gonna act like we're doing a casual playthrough of Fallout 3. Like, you know, we've been doing side quests. Let's do some main quests for about 25 seconds. Because we're going to slip through here. And if you know from a casual playthrough of Fallout 3, usually you would end up going to Galaxy News Radio, because that's where the game kind of directs you to go to learn about your dad. And this is the route that the quest marker tells you to go to get there. And you know, right now, we don't need to go there, but we need to go close to there. Because we need to go save some people that are trapped on a rooftop and grab an item that will be needed if we save Sydney. And it will be my final plea to save Sydney, because it's going to make everyone sad. And by sad, I mean, you probably don't care.
This was a different run, I would care.
Yeah. If it was like some sort of all quests run, then we would care. You know, I have been in the habit of like taking runs that don't have a glitchless version and making the glitchless version. There's gotta be glitchless all quest runs, right?
I mean, there's glitchless max quest.
True. Is there glitchless all quest?
I don't think you can do all quests without using the glitch.
In New Vegas you can, but in Fallout 3 I would think you could.
I mean, there's multiple endings. Well, they're all the same quest though.
Yeah, I don't
actually.
Well, there's Project Impurity for poisoning the people, but I don't think completing that makes you fail.
I don't think it does either.
So maybe.
Oh no.
So this is the place where I thought Sticky was gonna die, because there's all these super mutants, and Sticky can't hang with that. He just can't. Because to be fair, we can barely hang with it. These people are dangerous. Now they might ignite this room. They did, but we were too far ahead, so we win. And we're just gonna get out of this hospital. Because, you know, ever since we walked into that hospital, they just keep hurting us. And hurting us. And suddenly, I don't think it's a hospital anymore. So now we're in a hotel. And if you thought the vault earlier was a maze, this place is so much worse. Nope, backwards. Like, this place exists as an complete enigma in my mind where I just vaguely know the way around. Nope.
No more games. Time to die.
My emotions are all messed up, just remember. It is definitely a place. Hospital, more like Hurtspital. Alright, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna grab this holotape, and you know what? We'll listen to it.
Dearest little moonbeam.
It's about Sydney.
I know you've been waiting to hear what happened to me. I'm sorry I left you like I did. An important deal. One that might have let us get away from the shack we were living in. I came to the Statesman Hotel to meet the buyer, and the deal went bad. We shot each other, and now I think I'm dying.
Sydney's father had a bad time. Should have gone to the hospital.
Crawling with super mutants. All I can do is record this.
No more games. No more games. Time to die. Now you wait.
That was a really weird super
Everything I
audio.
taught you to survive alone. Please forgive me, sweetie. I only wanted to make the best. Daddy loves you very much. Goodbye.
And that's Sydney's backstory. Sydney thinks that her father was like a deadbeat who ran out on them. But we could tell her the truth.
Hey, you! Get your ass... Cut it out. The name's Butcher.
But in the meantime, we're just gonna save these people because they're stuck up here. But remember that fission battery we grabbed at this point literally like an hour and 45 minutes ago? It's here.
Hey, all right.
That's also the best that fight has ever gone, because, again, we have Alien Blaster around somehow. It's kind of insane. Also, Crush with the 5 gifted. We love it.
So you're the reinforcements, huh?
Crush with the 20 gifted.
Oh, shit. I only saw 5. Fuck. Oh, wait. Oh, no. No, Brick. Brick died.
Not Brick.
It's okay, we caught it. If she dies and we don't catch that she died, her weapon becomes locked off, and we would not be able to finish the run. Yeah, clear out some inventory space so we can move. Alright.
Well, I suppose
So we talk with Butcher. Butcher tells us that we did stuff. Technically, we don't have to turn in this quest anymore since we got Eugene there. But this quest is really good experience. So we turned in. And also, it's like sometimes 1,500 caps. Depends on how the game's feeling. I'm not really certain what determines it.
Vibe.
Pretty much. Like, sometimes Riley says, oh yeah, you can have 1500 caps for all the mapping data in your Pip-Boy. Other times she says, what mapping data?
Simply gotta pass the vibe check.
Yeah, I've been failing it.
And the sun will rise in the north. No, the northwest. For 44 days and 67 nights, and we'll never notice.
So we slip along through here, turn in our quest. We're gonna pick lock a door. That's gonna get us round about 450 total experience, which is pretty alright. For a non-main quest, it's pretty good. We're gonna lose one of our very valuable bobby pins, though. 2 of our valuable bobby pins. Okay, 3. That's just cursed. We're just gonna redo.
Ooh.
4. Okay, we're starting to get into silly territory. Okay, we're in.
Perhaps we force the lock and hope for the best.
Yeah, 10% chance. Oh, there's
From what
Riley.
I've heard,
Wait. Hold up. Eugene's not a unique weapon. I have 2 of them. This run is a lie. The people who made the rules are liars. You can get 2 of these things.
Eugene just has a twin. It's fine.
Ah, Eugene 2. We've just been lied to. They told me that Eugene was unique. Not so. Also, if you remember the Anchorage Memorial that we discovered again like an hour and a half ago, this is it. And this one door was the entire reason we had to level up repair to 95. I didn't know you could get 2 Eugenes doing that. I just assumed the only option would be the armor.
Yeah, that's honestly, huh.
Yeah, like...
Because it does kind of actually, like, call into question.
Is
it unique?
Yeah, is Eugene unique? Then again, at some point, I got 2 the same weapon in Fallout New Vegas all uniques. So, you know, who knows? But hey, we have 2 of them, and that's pretty cool.
You could sell one.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be mine anymore. You know, we'll do the logical thing. There we go. Eugene is now part of Eugene. We put them together.
Love it.
Alright, so we're gonna hop through this last little metro. This one's not that hard to figure out. And at this point in the run, we are a collective, I think, 8 weapons, I want to say, from the end. I could count them out, but I know where we're going. But our next 3, for those keeping track at home, we have a unique Chinese pistol. And then we have a unique flamethrower, followed by the Shocker. But you know, some people would say that the Shocker is better than Fisto. I don't know.
Depends on how you're feeling.
Yeah, only the streets can decide. Nope, we didn't get our jump.
Wait, I said earlier, I'm the streets. I get to decide. Sick.
That's true. I'm not the streets. I'm actually amazed that we still have alien blaster ammo. I think this is insane.
Your aim's been really good.
Like, I don't know. We don't have the speedrunner curse.
Speedrunner aim. Yeah.
There's been a few times I've just completely missed, or a shot has gone through someone, but overall, good run. Oh, we're at 2 hours 11 RTA with everything. Nah, we're doing great. If our experience grind at the end goes to plan and Liberty Prime doesn't make us hate everything about existence, we probably got like 20 minutes left. Probably a bit more. If we're talking RTA. Yeah, once upon a time, this run was like 3 hours. Then I don't know. I have this weird hope that eventually somebody else is going to do one of these runs. And so I have to make it good for them. I have to make it appealing.
There's a secret tunnel in this run?
You know, there's not, but I was thinking there could be.
I mean, it does go right to the Rangers compound.
Wait, it does?
Yeah, it's got a pathway to it. I end up there on accident all the time.
Oh.
Target identified.
Oh my, why is there not a secret tunnel in this run then?
Yeah, I might be routing this tomorrow.
Oh wait, if there's a secret tunnel, then it's not glitchless anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's not... Never mind, we can't put secret tunnel in it.
Yep. We'd have to put it on category extensions.
Man, radio.
You know, we're gonna show off secret tunnel while we're here. Alright. We gotta hop here, but actually, like, hop correctly instead of falling. We're gonna slip here into the CEO's office. CEO has some stuff, mainly a pistol. We don't really care about it that much. It's not very good. As anyone who has played Fallout 3 casually will tell you, the Chinese pistols, they aren't good.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're cool. Like, design-wise, they look great. They just aren't good stat-wise. Also, yes, it is a secret tunnel through the mountain.
I'm never gonna let that go. I'm always gonna be mad. I take that personally.
It's fair. I like secret tunnel. It gets rid of...
I found it.
You didn't find it. Some, like, 12-year-old video on YouTube found it.
No. I found it independently.
Yeah.
And then somebody pointed out that it was found 12 years ago, and none of us knew about it.
Bunch of
Being
cars.
a better pair than speedrunners and not knowing their game.
True. Alright. So we get to go into a scary place with a bunch of ghouls and get a flamethrower now. Which will probably over-encumber us again.
Make sure you don't have iguana bits.
Yep. I already ate them.
Okay.
Yeah, something that happens, when we turned in all of our quests to Moira to get the repellent stick, she gives us, like, I think it's 7 iguana bits, which weigh 7 pounds. And so it's just like this lurking bomb in our inventory that eventually makes us over-encumbered. I'll slip down here. We get to do a few water stop hops, which we haven't really gotten to show off on the run, but you can do stop hops in water. This water is, like, barely big enough to call them water hops, and most of them aren't. But we get the splash sound, which is fun. I like the splash sound.
We're allowed a little sacrilege as a treat.
Oh yeah, just some tiny, tiny sacrilege. Slip through here. And now we're gotta go get the shocker. Which, thinking about it, like many unique weapons in Fallout 3, is being guarded by Mirelurks. Not sure why that's so common, but think about it, there's like, I think at least 5 different ones who are being guarded by Mirelurks.
Strong, and you can fit them into tight places.
True. Which way? This way. Yep, it's back the way we came. I reached the limits of my brain power and couldn't remember where the chakra was for a second. But we're almost at the end. At this point, we're only going back to places that we've already been to, for the most part. So, no more discovery, no more here's a place that will matter later. All the places now matter. Later will have arrived. Although we did pass a house like 10 minutes ago, that place will come back later. Because that's the house we need level 14 for. Let's come out here. These guys are here. They're mad at us still, because we're still evil. We have not repented for our crimes. We're not going to. Let's see, we have 36 impacts after that one I just used. We're doing fine. And you know, there are 39 unique weapons in this game. After I did this run for the first time, I had no clue just like how much there could really be in this game. Because it really is just, you do everything. Which, how many quests are there in Fallout 3 actually? It's like 30 something. There might be more unique weapons than there are quest lines.
I'm on a chief.
I want to say it's like 30 or something. I've never done an all quest run, so I couldn't
59.
actually. 50? Okay, never mind. I'm a lie. Is that with DLC?
And no, and 5 DLCs provide a total of 35, which makes the total 94 quests.
Okay, well, I'm a liar. There are significant quests than there are unique weapons.
I know in base game New Vegas, it's like, I think it's 96 quests.
Well, now New Vegas has a new glitch where we're up to 102 for max quest.
That's true.
Yeah. Basically, Fallout 3 has very little compared to New Vegas. It's still a cool time. Also, we picked up the Shocker. And now we need to go back to the Citadel, which we could just walk through. Let's show the people what they need. Let's go to Secret Tunnel. We have Secret Tunnel time. Right, I'm not.
There are only 102 quests. Yeah.
Huh. Yep. So yeah, we walk over a pile of rubble, and you know, this is a place that you can just go to. Through the mountain. Secret, secret, secret tunnel. Yeah, that's just the thing. Yep. It is just a place you can go. Which, yeah, it's debatably a glitch.
There are 3 entrances to it, so I'm sorry, it's not a glitch. They wanted you to come here.
That is true. There's also Secret Wall, which is just a wall you can walk through. Although, have we tried Secret Wall in base game Fallout 3?
Oh, it's there.
Oh.
It's there. Well, it was the location radio was hinting at was a place to get into the Citadel early, and then I found Secret Tunnel, and he was like, oh, I guess that works too.
So yeah, there's just like that hole through everything that you can get to the Citadel through. It's not very useful for us, but for other runs, it's pretty cool. But now we have to go in. We need to get another unique weapon from Elder Lyons. His lover is sitting in the bed, which is kind of annoying, because sometimes they get mad at me, but usually not. We're also nearly out of bobby pins, so no.
Still not comfortable with this power dynamic.
I'm not either. Okay, we got it. Alright, Smuggler's End. And at this point, I can tell you confidently, we have 1, 2, 3 unique weapons left. This, or no, 4. This is our final stretch. So we gotta walk in here, trigger a cutscene, walk away from the cutscene. Head up here. We're gonna take my teddy bear because it's my teddy bear. And then we're gonna wait 3 hours. I know we picked up an oversized teddy bear earlier, but I needed to. Let me hop down here into our cutscene trigger.
So, you're back.
And we start the cutscene.
If the
Which
enclave has to get,
takes...
there's nothing stopping them from starting the purifier.
No.
They'll figure out the code eventually.
So I tried it last night. You can do it, but then you don't get the quest completion, which is about 1,200 experience.
All right,
Yeah, so it's like a whole level up on its
I
own.
want them to have some extra
All good, it's a glitch anyways.
Yeah.
Is it ready?
Okay, Adventure, you can have one of the teddy bears. You can have the normal one or the oversized one, but you have to pick.
Barely finished diagnostic tests.
So?
It's not ready for field tests, let alone live fire situations. The weapons haven't been calibrated.
Because if you do it and you still go for the quest completion, the terminal in Project Purity won't be powered for some reason.
I think we can scrape by. And
Yeah, so you just soft lock the game.
It won't.
Refresh it. There we go.
Oh?
Oh.
Now it's gray.
Alright, we've updated.
We went from black to gray.
We have a new color.
Alright, we've upgraded. We're good.
Oh. Hey.
Alright, we're live. Let's go.
Yay. Alright, have fun. Resume.
Alright.
Bye.
Yeah. Alright, so you've all missed nothing. You missed people talking and a robot going up.
There he is.
Yeah. Like, that's all it is, really. Alright. As they say, we're cooked, we're back. We were cooked again, but we're back again. And now we're going to take a walk with our friend. And we're going to use a different gun, because our other gun's gone. It's out of ammo. But our friend's pretty slow, so we're going to wait for him to be faster. But I guess in Prime's defense, Prime is getting shot at with missiles. So, like, you know. It's a rough day. As we're going, we're going to try to kill as many Enclave as we can, because each one is about 33 experience. But we're kind of fighting with the Brotherhood over scraps. There's no unique weapon we need, though, so we're just kind of going as fast as we can, getting Prime to the end of this. Because while there are other options, the game tends to soft lock. I'm gonna take this just so we can actually make vengeance better, because we're about to need it. Because we're going to do the best worst strategy in any Fallout game. Kill this guy. I don't know. Oh, it's because we're at the end of a level. So it's not showing our experience properly. Oh, good. So we have to wait for Prime to finish shooting, and then we can wait. I'm gonna go remove another barrier for us. And we can do our last little bit of catch-up.
Pray that Prime stays on path.
I think Prime should be fine at this point.
I don't know, I've had him walk off into the sea at the worst time.
Oh no, why is this barrier still here, Prime? Prime? Oh no, Prime. We might be having a Prime moment.
Did I curse it?
I think I've cursed it by just being confident in Prime. Oh, wait, that was the sound of the barrier breaking. We need to get far enough back that we can wait again. Okay. Okay. He's back. No? Prime, please. We need to have a discussion, Prime. I'm gonna try getting close to him again. If not, we can load my quick save. We do have technology to prepare for these eventualities.
Freedom
there we go.
is the sovereign right of
Oh.
every American.
No. Unless he starts breaking it. Prime. Prime, my buddy, my pal. Alright, we're gonna load the quick save. Which, sadly, is all the way back here, but that's why I put it all the way back here. Because Prime just does that.
That's Fallout 3, baby.
Yep. There is no more pinnacle Fallout 3 entity than Prime. He's really cool. He's got mini nukes and stuff. He breaks. With no discernible reason other than, you know, you weren't good at Christmas.
I'm supposed to stand on the bridge and look into the water and contemplate.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes Prime will just stand on the edge of the bridge and look off for a while. Eventually he comes back, but... Yep, yeah, there he goes. He's doing it now. He just stopped and looked out for a bit. Yeah, I mean, this is like lore accurate Prime. That's alright, we're still doing well. I will ask, because we are going to go to Sydney after this. I assume we're still on Kill Sydney.
Hang on, there was something that came in. No, we're saving her.
Oh.
Ooh.
Alright, the people want us to steal the Declaration of Independence. And Prime is fixed. Everything's good in the world.
We have a... I can see that somebody donated, but I got $100 to save her.
We love it.
But for some reason the donation is not showing up. Where did it go?
Communist engaged. The preferable alternative to communism.
Yeah, there's an anonymous 25. But she went from 100 to... She went from 0 to 100. Like, literally 0 to 100. So where's this other... Oh! There we go, it finally loaded. It's, somebody, by the name of Yo Mama. Donated $100 to make you save her.
Well, I guess I have to save Sydney. Good thing we have enough science for it.
Thanks, Mom.
And then there's also another anonymous $25 donation that I can't... For some reason, it won't show me what they donated towards, but they did.
Oh, we got Sydney saved. Prime's walk is done. We're going to come back here later. We just kind of wanted the experience. Let's go save Sydney. Alright, we're back.
Yeah.
Normally, I would shoot Sydney in the face. She'd turn into ashes.
Right, Nicolas Cage time.
Yep. But now we're Nicolas Cage. We have a Declaration of Independence to steal.
Get your ass over here if you want to live. Lock and load. They'll be here any second.
Got to do this little tower defense against the super mutants. We're still on very easy, though, so they don't really have a chance.
Hang tight. There's always a second wave.
Oh, that one has a missile launcher. They're trying.
You want some of this? That takes care of that.
All right.
Whew. Say.
So we talk to her. She says we're pretty good in a fight. We are. And we're going to work together to steal the Declaration of Independence. So we have this terminal here. It's going to open up our way into the archives. Oh, I had the wrong option. And we're going to hop downstairs. And there's normally like all these robots that defend the place, and they're pretty scary. But we leveled up to 67 science, because for whatever reason, this door takes 67 science. I don't know why. That is such an out-of-pocket number that I don't know where they got it. But so long as we take a straight-up path through here, we're not going to aggro any of the robots, really. And so Sydney will... Yep. This guy's going to try to talk to us. We don't care. Sydney killed both of those turrets because she's that cool. We also have a wig. We can put our wig on. Oh. Alright, wait. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna have to reload. Sydney died. Sometimes the robots will follow you in, and Sydney is not immortal. So we do have to do an escort mission. Alright, so we get our password for the terminal. The enemies are not following us in this time because we reloaded, which usually makes them stop. So we can unlock all the doors. I'm going to put our wig back on because our wig looks really cool in my opinion. Like, I like it. I think it's pretty. And we're stealing Dead Eye Operation. So now that we have that, we can leave. And, you know, there's more mutants here, but if you move fast, they don't catch anyone, including Sydney. And so we just go quick. And if Sydney dies, we reload a save. Alright. Run over here. Okay, the game's letting us wait, so we can quick, or we can fast travel, rather. And we take Sydney to Rivet City, where we will turn it in, tell her that her dad was not a bad father, he just died trying to provide for her in a hotel. And she will give us her gun,
Have a seat, Annie.
because that's how Fallout works.
Good to see you.
And you know what?
Oh, come on.
I think this absolves us of all the bad things we've done in this speedrun. We mended a relationship.
Well, quite an impressive...
Ignore everything else we've done.
What's up?
Yeah, Sticky would disagree.
Sticky... we didn't kill Sticky. Sticky just happened to happen.
That's actually, yeah, that's fair. Sticky wouldn't have been there, though.
Right. That's true. So we give Sydney the note. She tells us, wow, I don't feel so bad about it anymore. And in return, we get her gun. And she goes off to open a shop in the Ghoul City with her girlfriend to sell ammo and stuff. But you know, we love to see it. Alright, we have 4 weapons left in the run. Oh, this is not the fast travel we need to make. Hold up. Can we... Alright, we're not going to be able to be quick about it. We'll reload the save before I fast traveled. Alright. So there's one we have to pick up in the very first location we discovered that wasn't the vault. Remember when I said this place would matter 2.5 hours ago? It matters. Because there's a gun here now. There's also, like, all the meds that we need for what we're about to do. Oh, and we are over-encumbered again. What's weighing us down? Pulse grenades, don't need them. Shish kebab, not unique. We don't need it. Frag grenades. Are we still being weighed down with, like... I'm not dropping the teddy bears. I have to give one of those away. Alright, we're good. Oh, we have an enemy here. Oh, you're here? Okay. Where are the other enemies? Okay. They usually don't catch me here, but they got us. It's probably from the time they spent saving Sydney. All good. Alright, so here's a quirk about Fallout 3 and how we're going to get to level 14. So the way Fallout 3 works is I bind us to our Gatling laser, which is very cool, and take our meds, which will make us stronger. The thing about Fallout 3 is that it gives you experience for enemies scaling based off of the difficulty that you're playing on. So on normal difficulty, these enemies are worth like 33 experience. But if we swap to very hard just before killing them, they're worth 98. And so what we do now is I swap the game back and forth between very easy and very hard every time I'm about to kill an enemy, so we can make them worth the maximum amount of experience. Wait, we can get a little more. There we go. And this is how I get to level 14. Which, you know, some people would tell me that there's probably better ways to do it, and I don't disagree with them, but you're gonna have to find them for me. What? Do you have one?
I'll figure it out.
This one feels pretty okay.
No, this actually feels really fast.
Like, compared to completing a quest line, which is like 390... You can do this by just leaving the game on very hard and going full rampage mode. However, it's very likely that you die doing that. It's what I used to do, and it's just not worth the risk. Which, you know, I said it before, the fact that this is a thing you have to do in a speedrun feels so weird. We can go a little further, there we go. Let's go ahead, swap back before we shoot at this guy, conserve our ammo. Oh, he died. Oh well. We don't have to get every enemy, we just have to get probably about 10, given our current experience. Sydney actually makes this kind of nice, because we don't have to be as, like, precise. Alright, so we get all of these a little low. Oh, that one died early, that's okay. Swap back. Probably gonna take... Well, let's see. So we need... what is that? 500-ish more experience. So we need round about 6 more Talon Company to die at the correct time. So we need to tap that one down, tap this one down. If you see me stop shooting, it's because the game is staggering me, and when the game staggers you, you're not allowed to shoot. It's a fun little quirk. Long menu. There we go. Alright, we're nearly out of vengeance ammo. That's okay. That's what Eugene is for. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna swap to Eugene, our unique / not unique, I guess, minigun. Who isn't quite so good because it has a wind-up time, and that wind-up time gets kind of annoying with stagger animations. but it's not that fun. So we're gonna kill this first, because the turrets and everything get pretty annoying when fighting this guy. And if the question is, why do we come in here? It's because of this guy over here, who, you know, is using a missile launcher right now. That's not a unique weapon. That's all just smoke screen for his real weapon. Let's go ahead. I'm going to reload, just so we have it ready. We'll do our swap. Alright, and he's gone. So we get his unique Occam's Razor, which is just a straight razor. And when we walk out of here, there should be a couple of enemies waiting for us. Yep. So we're just gonna do our usual peppering tactic. That one died a little early, that's okay. They're worth a little less for some reason. I actually couldn't tell you why. But those two are always worth less. Alright, we need one more enemy. Alright. And that's our level. So we are now level 14. We have 2 weapons left to grab. So we should be ending pretty shortly. Also, I need to remember, swap the difficulty back. Actually, we still have a shot of the Alien Blaster, don't we? Oh, we have 2 shots, 2 enemies left to kill. If it doesn't break, it's perfect. If it does break, it's not perfect, but we're not going to tell anyone. Beautiful. Yep. Let's not do that so the game maybe doesn't crash. Alright, we do level up. It doesn't really matter what we take. We're just going to take energy weapons because we're here. But we do have to take this perk, Lawbringer. Because I know we're a really bad person, but we're still allowed to follow the law and kill other criminals. It is my greatest joy that this is not a karma-based perk. Because if not, we'd have to be a good person. And that would be awful. But taking that perk takes an enemy and it spawns that enemy into this house here, so we can kill him and get his unique weapon. Sweet. Hop through here. Oh. Oh, no. You've ruined our alien blaster. Oh well. Alright. We get the valid points. And you know what? We didn't get to use Fisto on Sydney. We'll use it on Autumn. Somebody's getting it. We pick up the bobblehead of luck just because it's there. No real reason beyond that. Alright, and we are heading back to the ending. As I scour my brain to make sure I have not forgotten any unique weapons. But I know we haven't. So, if we were, like, the most optimal... Exactly, I'm gonna fist someone. Someone's getting it. And you know, again, as Ghost will tell you, it could be any NPC.
It could.
Somebody will look at me wrong, or not look at me. I'll kill him.
I have seen this man go out of his way to kill innocents multiple times.
And I still don't know why. Oh. There was something glitching there for a second. Alright, 1 second. Let's get Fisto ready. Oh, Fisto's kind of broken. That's alright. Alright, so slip on through here. The Enclave shoot at us, we don't care. I think our meds have worn off, so we're just going to go ahead and take them again. Because this fight could get a little froggy without them. Autumn's here. We're going to tell him we're going to enjoy killing him. And we'll fist him. Ribbit. Alright. And we kill Autumn. We get his
So
last...
got a little froggy in here.
It did. It did. Autumn, what the... Oh, wait. We knocked it out of his hand. We broke it with Fisto. Fisto was so much stronger than Autumn's weapon that it broke. There we go. Alright, we have to fist the rest of the Enclave. You know what? Last one, we'll give it the Shocker. Nobody sees it coming. Where is it? There it is. Fucking... Whenever you want to die, Enclave Soldier. Alright. Lions did not follow us in here. That's okay. We're just gonna go ahead, do our glitch, not a glitch. It's state legal, trust me. Game? Okay, the game does not want to give it to me right now. We'll do the other version. Over the top of that. There we go. And the timing ends whenever I put in the code. So, boop, 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 and we're done. And that is Fallout 3, all you need credits. Quickly reload the save that I made just to show all of them, which is kind of hard to see because of our stealth boy, but yeah, we need 39. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. We did it.
Imagine you missed one.
I was so scared, but we gotta trust it. Oh, hey, there's Lions.
Well, that takes care of...
She's talking to me through the wall.
Dr. Lee? It's
She made it. Yeah, she made it.
We're both here. What's going on?
Alright.
Yeah.
And we have a serious problem. The facility has
Oh.
been damaged.
Okay, I'll mute Fallout 3 myself.
Alright. Well, there we go. The timer is off, so I wouldn't trust that.
No. No, that run wasn't that bad. For having to save Cindy and everything, that went okay.
Yeah, that was really good. But I believe that is it for the day. Do you have anything you want to say before we sign off?
You know, it's a fun speedrun, but, you know, thanks to Ghost for coming along, commentating with me. Thanks for SDAT for having me. And it was kind of a do-win on the last day, but it all worked out, so thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for the wonderful run. Thank you for everything you've done, and thanks everyone for the wonderful donations.